Happy Healthy Habit Day. And today our guest is Lynnis Woods-Mullins, and today she's going to teach us about how and why we want to raise our vibration. This is a new topic for us, and so I'm very excited about going over it with Lynnis and having her teach us more of her wellness tips. I just want to introduce Lynnis real quickly again. She's been with us many times in the past. Lynnis is a holistic wellness and living expert for women over the age of 40. She's an author, a speaker. She has an e-magazine. She's a wellness coach. So she helps women in all areas of wellness and health, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. It's just the whole package. So anyway, I just wanted to welcome Lynnis and thank her for being our guest and sharing her wisdom with us once again.
Well, thank you for inviting me, Robin and the Biz Chicks. It's always wonderful to be able to share with your tribe. A lot of people may not know about vibrations and raising our vibrations. It's not something that we talk about in traditional medicine, but it's something that's very real. Everything, every entity comes with it a vibration and energy. We all have it, whether it's a vegetable, a piece of meat, or ourselves. Our bodies, living things all have vibrations. When you have lower vibrational energies, you have a tendency to be tired, maybe more negative, maybe a little bit depressed. It's just not a good place to be. But when you are raising your vibration, your emotional, mental, and spiritual side of you is more balanced, and you are a happier person when you have a higher vibration. And a lot of people will say, well, okay, what's the whole energy thing about? Well, to give you an example, a good vibration for a human being to be at would be at 62 or so megahertz. That means you're feeling pretty good, you're vibing good, you're happy, you have a sense of peace, all of that. A dead person, let's say someone that's not alive, has a vibrational energy. They still have an energy that's emanating, but it's like about 4 or 5, something like that. Okay. A person who is sick, maybe has a cold or whatever, their vibration is about a 52. A person that might be dealing with a terminal illness, their vibration would be more like about 20. So that kind of gives you an idea. Now, when it comes to how we can change our vibration, there's many ways that we can do it. Let's first talk about what we can do from, the body standpoint in terms of what foods we eat and things like that. To give you an example of food, a low vibrational food would be like a hamburger or a hot dog or processed food. That their vibration it goes about 3 to 5 megahertz. That's how, so when you're eating that, you are automatically lowering your vibration. Some people say, how could that be? Because it feels so good. But you know what? Stick around with that feels so good for about an hour and see how you're feeling later on. And I would venture to say that most of you might be feeling a little bit less energy, a little bit more tired. You might get that full feeling. You might want to feel like you might take a nap. Well, many times that comes from eating low vibrational food. Now, if you were eating like something raw, a raw food would be a fruit or something like that. That vibrational energy is about 50 megahertz. Now, if you're eating something living, and I don't mean like it sounds kind of weird, but a living thing would be sprouted food, that kind of thing. That vibrational energy is at a 70. Okay, that's even higher than what we normally vibrate at. So those are just to give you some ideas of where you might fall. And there are some things that you can eat to help raise your vibrations. Fresh fruits are always great to eat. Fresh vegetables, nuts are really good. Whole grain bread, sprouted whole grain bread is a good way to raise your vibration. Brown rice, I prefer short grain brown rice. It has that little crunchiness a little bit, and sometimes that makes you feel good too. Seeds, any kind of seeds. You can cook with seeds. I use, for instance, chia seed. It has a lot of protein in it too, but I also use it to just sprinkle across my yogurt or something because that raises the vibration as well. Raw honey. Organic raw honey is also something that is high vibrationally, and olive oil. Now, if you notice, most of these things are low processed. Some of them are fresh fruit kind of stuff, and that's why their vibration is so high. Now, other things that you can do. Let's talk about what you can do to raise your vibration quickly. Let's say you're feeling kind of down and you know that your energy level is low, and you can feel it. When you have a low vibration, you can feel it. Some of the symptoms would be you're kind of sad, depressed, don't have much energy, can't seem to keep your eyes open. Another low vibrational feeling is anger. That's low vibration. Anything that's kind of like negative in general is low vibration, including negative people. And remember, what you put in your environment does impact you, especially from an energetic level. So that's why they call some people vampire, what do they call them? Energy zappers. They just suck the energy out of you because they're so negative. After a conversation with them, you're feeling like, oh God, when you begin to feel that way, you know that is a low vibrational person. And I'm not saying don't be their friend, but just be aware you're getting ready to talk to a low vibrational person, and you want to have some things handy or available to raise your vibration, like a piece of fruit, drinking a glass of water with lemon in it, smelling essential oils. In fact, right before we came on, I don't mean to be marketing directly, but I will mention that I just started selling a new line of essential oils that are created by a good friend of mine who's a psychologist, and she works with healing souls and energies. And one of the things that she works with, of course, is the essential oils. And she created this proprietary blend. And right before we came on, I put on this thing called Evolve, which is comfort. It helps to align me. It gives me a sense of comfort and a sense of, it kind of lifts me up, and it really does. I just put it right here on my wrist and smelled, and all of a sudden I felt, felt vibrant. And the olfactory nerve that we have goes directly to the brain. So when you are smelling things that lift you vibrationally, you feel it almost immediately. And that's another thing that's high vibration, are essential oils. Now, if you want to raise your vibration fast, and let's say you don't have the essential oils around, it's amazing some of the things you can do. First of all, taking a deep breath. As I've said many times before, we are a nation of non-breathers. We walk around holding our breath a lot, not realizing it because of the tension and the stress that goes on in our day-to-day lives. Taking a cleansing breath at least 2 or 3 times can help relieve you of that feeling of tension and stress and raise your vibration. Smiling, exchanging a smile with another person is probably one of the best ways to increase your energy. Smiling when you talk, they talk about putting a smile in your voice. When you're smiling while you're talking, you're raising your vibration. And if you're talking with someone face to face, you're helping raise their vibration as well. Telling someone how much you appreciate them, sharing positive news. I was just saying right before I came on in my group, in the Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond group, and today is Tribute Thursday. And I was trying to share with them who I was going to pay tribute to. And I'm paying tribute to my sisters because they're just wonderful. But I said, when you let people know that you appreciate them, that helps you to feel good as well and helps them to feel good. It raises both people's vibrations. So giving someone some positive feedback, saying something nice, letting them know how much you are grateful for them is a way to raise your vibration as well as theirs. Also, reading inspiring quotes, listening to inspiring video, or I listen to YouTube all the time, and I listen to Wayne Dyer, Brene Brown, I listen to Abraham Hicks, I listen to Priscilla Schreier, I listen to Joyce Myers, Dr. Cindy Trim. I mean, I listen to a gamut of people to keep myself encouraged and uplifted. Being an entrepreneur, in particular, if you're in business for yourself, you really need these tools because, when you're an entrepreneur, your day can change in a second. One day is really of that particular hour. It's great because, someone just bought some products for you or whatever. And then the next minute, you get someone who wants to return something, or they're complaining about the product, or you missed an opportunity and they go back down again. But if you have in your office or in your store, whatever, essential oils that are diffusing, putting, a good smell in the air to keep you uplifted, or you have a list like I do of affirmations that talk about who God says you are, or who the universe says you are, positive feedback that you can read about yourself, or perhaps you have music, because music is a great way to change your vibration. Music playing in the background that's uplifting and positive. Those are the kinds of things that you want to have around you, especially if you're an entrepreneur. Another thing that's a fast way to raise your vibration is to watch, an uplifting movie, a funny movie, something that will give you an opportunity to laugh, to experience joy, maybe have a sense of peace. Watch a movie. Also, get creative. I know one of the things that I like to do when I just need to raise my vibration, I color these cards. I don't know if you can see them or not, but I color these cards. I do adult coloring, and it brings me a great amount of joy. I do it all the time, and actually, I've kind of added it to my business. I send it to my clients, or I stuff it in their gift bags or things like that. It's just something that is personal for me that I feel good about. Again, passing on that positive vibration. Another way to raise your vibration very quickly is to state out loud what you're grateful for. Now, I'm all into gratitude. I guess you could say I'm a gratitude junkie. So I believe in talking about and writing down 3 things every day, or at least thinking about those 3 things every day that you're grateful for. Well, if you say them out loud instead of just writing them down, it's even more positive. It's just like saying an affirmation. It just gets that, it changes the energy. So those are some ways that you can change things very quickly in your vibration. Things that you can do on an ongoing basis to change your vibration and raise your vibration is be conscious of your thoughts. Everything you think, say, or feel becomes your reality. And I'm not saying that you can start all of a sudden, coming up with all these crazy things of, I'm gonna make $1 million in the next minute or whatever. I'm not necessarily saying that, but just be aware of things like saying, I'm never gonna make $1 million. That's not true. You are going to make $1 million. You don't know when it's going to happen or how it's going to happen, but you're going to make that $1 million because that's part of your goals, or you set that intention. So just be careful about what you say and what you think. Keep your words positive. Get rid of the word can't get rid of the word never. Get rid of words that are negative and limiting. You don't know what plans the universe, or as I say, God has for you. You just don't know. And so why not go ahead and be optimistic and uplifted about what's going to be happening? Another thing is to find something beautiful and appreciate it. You can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone by going for a gratitude walk. A gratitude walk is when you go, and while you're walking, you're thinking about what you're so thankful for in your surroundings. Now, I'm very blessed. I live in a beautiful area with trees. I mean, the trees are just beautiful. And I always take time to marvel at how beautiful the trees are and how beautiful the sky is and the sun and the flowers and all of that. So going on a gratitude walk and being appreciative of the beauty around you is one way to raise your vibration. Of course, I talked about that before. Be conscious of the food that you eat. Let's remember that hamburger or that processed meat, that sandwich or whatever, is low vibrationally. But eating a big salad with sprouts, alfalfa sprouts or something, which is still living food, is a great way to raise your vibrations considerably. And I don't know about you, but I know that whenever I eat a real big fresh salad, I feel my vibrations raising. I just feel better afterwards. I do. Drink water. Robin was just talking about that. Robin was talking about the importance of hydration and drinking water when we first wake up in the morning. It's important for our brain. It's important because it helps to raise our vibrations very easily. Just drinking a glass of water with lemon in it, you're hydrating yourself, you're giving a gentle detox to your liver, and you are giving more electrolytes to your brain. Yes, your body loves it. Of course, you're going to feel a little higher. Meditation is wonderful. Just being quiet and just allowing the silence to minister to you is a wonderful way to raise your vibration. And it's also a wonderful way to hear that inner voice that's been trying to get through to you, but can't because of all the muck and the noise in the communication system. So just being quiet is a way to raise your vibration. Being grateful, we talked about that. Listening to music, I mentioned that to you. Hugs. I read a study not too long ago about hugs and how powerful they are when it comes to raising your vibration. So hugging someone you love, hugging someone you just met, just exchanging that energy of positiveness is very human and very uplifting. Yoga is wonderful for raising your vibration. And I think one of the reasons why it is because you are focusing on the movement of your body and your mind is engaged because you're trying to learn the moves and you're breathing into the movements. And all of a sudden you're leaving behind the stresses of the day or the things you might have been anxious about or worrying about. And you're reconnecting with your mind, your body, and your spirit. So yoga is a wonderful way to raise your vibration. Sleep. I know it seems like an obvious thing, but sleep is so important and it does raise your vibration. I mean, my goodness, if you're exhausted, you're at a low vibration. If you have energy, you're refreshed and had a good night's sleep, then your vibration is going to be higher. We talked about practicing acts of kindness a little bit, exchanging a smile, telling someone that you're grateful, doing something nice for someone. Also, hanging out with positive people. I can't say enough about the fact that that is so key and so important when it comes to raising your vibration. You want to hang out with people of like minds, who are positive, who appreciate you, who you appreciate. And when they start getting negative or whatever, cancel that piece. You don't want to get involved in all that negativity because you're working on raising your vibration. So instead, just say, yeah, okay. How about them Dodgers? Change the conversation. You're tired of talking about Mary and John and their marital problems, or hip hop Atlanta and the negativity that goes on there, or First Wives Club, because a lot of those reality shows, I would imagine if they would take the vibration, are very low vibrational. Because at some point there's some kind of hot mess stuff going on and someone's upset, someone's crying, someone's talking about somebody else. Well, guess what? I know it seems enjoyable and funny at the time, which always made me wonder, why are you so, excited about misery in someone else? But anyway, when you stop watching it and then you go on to something else, are you feeling like, oh boy, that was it? Or you feel like, oh boy, that was okay. And next thing you know, you're not feeling as great. So you may want to take a look at those reality shows and find ones that are more uplifting and positive. I'm sure there's a couple of them out there. And not get so stuck in the minutia of other people's issues and problems, because that lowers your vibration as well. So, any questions?
Lots of questions. Oh my goodness. The thing is that I'm just the last maybe 18 months or so, I've been learning more and more about energy and about vibration and all of that. And I initially thought, oh, this is kind of like woo-woo stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Really, I'm full of energy. My whole body is energy. Everything around me is energy. And it's amazing when you start learning a little bit more about it. I mean, I know just a minuscule amount about how important this is. And I think, Lynnis, you started out by talking about the megahertz, is it? How does somebody figure out what they're vibrating at?
If you go to a energy healer or someone that does Reiki, they could probably tell you what your energies are. But generally that you're below the 62 megahertz because you're feeling tired, you're feeling down, you're feeling anxious, you're sad, you're depressed. You know that. When you're low vibrationally. When you feel a sense of joy and happiness, then you are at a high vibrational level. What's been happening to me lately, and let me just say something real quick, a disclaimer. I happen to be a Christian, and I know some Christians look at this whole energy thing as woo-woo, as you said, but it's really not. Now, I know Christianity and science, there's two different things, but from a science perspective, we are made of and comprised of atoms, and atoms exchange energy. So it's very real that we are, and our cells and all that stuff are exchanging energy. We are energy. That's what we are. That's part of what God placed in us. And so the idea of being able to use tools from a natural perspective to raise our energies is very real. And it's not woo-woo at all. There are things that have been placed on this earth, I believe, by God to help us to be able to be well. And one of those things is to get that knowledge about how we can raise our energy. So you may not know exactly what the frequency is that you're at, but you can gauge in terms of what you should be at. Like right now, that when you're eating a lot of processed food, junk food, a lot of meat, dead food, as they say, you're going to be lower vibrationally. Now, does that mean you're going to be sad because you just got through eating a bunch of fried chicken? Probably not. Initially, it's going to feel pretty good because you got the crunch going on, you got that sop going on, it's fried chicken, or that piece of cake. Oh my God, it's sweet. Sugar rush to the head. I feel good, blah, blah. But at some point, about 30 minutes later, whatever, you'll be like, oh.
The other thing I loved about your presentation, Lynnis, is the fact that your whole life, basically, as you go through your day, you can raise your vibration by just raising your awareness and just being more aware of what's around you and taking advantage. I love the meditation gratitude walk. I love that idea, to get out and just be grateful for being outside and being able to spend some time. That was, there were I have written 3 pages of notes.
Oh, really? Oh, great.
And I'm going to actually go in later and I'm going to write down some of these things because they're so important. I mean, who knew that by eating differently, you're going to raise your vibration? I never really thought about that before. I didn't think about it in the sense of energy. And so I loved it. It was just, this was
great
half hour with you, Lynnis. I just loved it. The meditation, the yoga, we all know that these are so important, but now there's a connection for me. It's to help me raise my vibration overall. I love it.
Well, I tell you another way to raise your vibration is taking a vacation in a high vibrational place. What would that be? A place surrounded by water, a place that's full of natural vegetation. For instance, my daughter just got back from Bali. That's extremely high vibrational place. In fact, when she got back, a lot of people said, gosh, you seem so peaceful, so different. Because what happens is while you're at these places, you pick up those energies. The trick is learning how to keep that energy up at that level. And one of those things, all the things I talked about, is how you keep it at that level. The retreat that I'm sponsoring to Costa Rica. Costa Rica is very high vibrationally. And the coordinator who is organizing the retreat, she is a vibration expert. So she's going to be teaching us even more ways, not just to raise our vibration, but how to keep it raised so that we can keep that same feeling when we get back from the retreat. So that's another way to raise your vibration, is to select a place of vacation. That's what vacations are supposed to be all about anyway. But sometimes we lose perspective and we schedule so much stuff that by the time we get back, we're exhausted and, we have fun, but we're exhausted. But you want to find a place where you can have fun, but you also take time maybe to enjoy nature, to be in the water of that area, maybe to absorb some of the culture of that area. And because all of those things feed into why that area is vibrationally high. So you just don't want to just do all the activities. That's great too, but make sure you have some downtime to just be and enjoy being in a place that has such a high vibration.
So even that tidbit was just awesome, Lynnis.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. And I have something to share because you said I could
now,
share.
I have a question regarding the Costa Rica retreat. When is it, and what are you doing in terms of having people learn more about your opportunity there?
Okay. The Costa Rica retreat is on March of 2020. And on October, I want to say October 5th, I got to check my calendar just to make sure. I'm going to be doing a webinar about it so that people can find out information about it. We already have 4 people who bought tickets, so I have 6 more slots. October 5th is a Saturday morning. And I'll make sure I'll share it in the Biz Chicks group. I'm going to do a webinar on the Costa Rica trip and share more about the trip and what we're going to be doing and all that good stuff. But you can also go to my website at wellnesswoman40.com and click on the banner that says Costa Rica. And there you'll find a plethora of information about the trip, and book an appointment with me also personally, and I can talk to you about it too, and tell you all the special things we're going to be doing. But just real quickly, we're going to be doing a lot of high vibrational things, quite frankly. Yoga, meditation, a soul healing session for essential oils. I'm going to spend a lot of time in the water and the beach, zip lining. Ooh, that'll raise your vibrations. Hiking in nature, eating a lot of high vibrational food. I mean, you can go out to the backyard of the villa where we're staying. We're staying in a 5-star villa, and pull an avocado right off the tree. Man, that's close to eating live food right there. That's a high vibration right there. So just wonderful, beautiful idea of women coming together, celebrating themselves and each other in a high vibrational environment, learning the things they can do to keep that vibration, to keep well. And everyone that's going is all over 40. So we're already kindred spenders and sisters, as they say. And I also wanted to say, if you want to get an idea of what is going to happen at the Costa Rica retreat, you should come to my Wellness Woman Spa Day. It's on Saturday, the 21st. It starts at 9 a.m. It's at my home. And we're going to be doing many of the things I just got through talking about, things to raise your vibration, to relax you, to renew you, to re-energize your mind, body, spirit connection. And being around women that maybe you've never met before, here's an opportunity to raise your vibration by exchanging smiles and exchanging appreciation for each other. Sometimes being around people that you've never been around before is exciting. New folks, new energies, new opportunities to find out more things about them and about you. So I want to definitely extend to the Biz Chicks, please come out to the Wellness Woman Spa Day. Just go to my website on wellnesswoman40.com and click on the 2019. There's a tab that says Spa Day 2019. Click on that. And we want to do it soon because can't purchase any more tickets after Friday afternoon. So if you're going to go, and plus I need to buy the swag bags. I need to know how many people I'm buying the swag bags for. So hurry up.
That sounds fantastic. That is so neat. And I actually looked at some of the pictures that you took from your spa day previously, and that looked like a lot of fun. People should just go on there and just take a look. It's just, and your house is beautiful. Your pool is beautiful. It's a beautiful setting.
Yeah.
Nice.
The backyard is special. I mean, we like it. I mean, our house is really nothing fancy or anything like that. But my husband, the outside is his domain. In fact, I was doing an Instagram, an IGTV on Instagram the other day, and I was showing everybody the backyard. And I said, we're going to be fixing it up for, the women who are coming for the spa day. And I said, well, I really shouldn't say we. It's really the testosterone in the house that takes care of the outside. I don't do it. I just sit there and drink tea and watch. I do a little gardening every once in a while, but he does the heavy labor. But yeah, we would love to have you. It's really exciting. I was trying to get a head count. I think I have anywhere from 10 to 14 so far. And my goal was to have at least 15. But I can definitely do 20 as well. So just let me know if you're interested and you want to come on out on Saturday and just get the vibe, raise your vibrations, and enjoy other women doing the same.
This was perfect. Perfect, Lynnis. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So everybody take a look. We'll post Lynnis's website on the link on this chat. We had a few guests with us during the half hour we were on. Brenna was in and had a few comments about raising vibration and essential oils, and also my sister Leslie was on watching us. Yeah, fun. And there was somebody else that Nora Jackson was on watching us also live, so that's fun. Thank you, Nora, for watching us. I don't have any other questions, Lynnis. I just, like I said, took copious notes, and I will be putting a lot of this in the chat as well as your website. And I hope people do take advantage of your spa day and I certainly am going to look at the Costa Rica thing. That looks fabulous. It's just a matter of carving out the time, from our busy lives. But what I thought today's show was just the fact that if you just raise your awareness and become more aware about what you can do during the course of the day to raise your vibration, it makes a lot more sense to me. And thank you so much, Lynnis, for putting some clarification around it. And I never knew eating foods was going to raise your vibration. Now I have even more incentive.
Isn't that something? And I have to say that, I used to be a Cheez-Its crackhead. I'm not as much anymore, but I was really bad with Cheez-Its. And, that's a very low vibrational snack, but it feels so good initially. But when I really think about it, later, I wouldn't feel that great. I really wouldn't. And what makes you feel good is the corn syrup, the salt, the crunchiness, and whatever other chemicals they put in there to make you a Cheez-It crackhead. Right. So, I realized that, okay, initially it might make you feel good, but just take a look at what's in there, what you're feeding your body. You've got to know that is not high vibration. That's a bunch of dead food with chemicals and other stuff to make it taste good initially. And then later you're like, oh my gosh, I've gained 5 pounds and I feel like crap. So
see, I like that. The simplicity of just looking at it as though if it's not alive or it's not fresh or raw or something like that, then it's dead. I don't want to be dead.
I know, exactly. You never thought about the idea that, I never think about food being dead when I'm eating it, but you're right. The meat and stuff like that is basically dead food. And if you really want to be well, another reason to stop eating meat, I guess, besides high cholesterol, blood pressure, overweight, and all kinds of other things, is that it's low vibration. And I'm not anti-meat. I mean, some people need a little extra, need that extra protein. They just want to eat meat. That's fine. But just use wisdom with it. If you're going to have that steak, fine. Okay. But maybe you want to make sure you eat a bunch of really healthy food with that steak, salad and steamed broccoli, and maybe with dessert you have almonds in the yogurt and berries or something like that to try to get the vibration back up. And then I guess you just have to eat steak, then I guess eat it with a bunch of people who are laughing.
And the other trick to that is just don't eat as much. So if you order a steak, cut it in half and just eat half of it and take half home or whatever.
Portion control is
that's the other part of it. Is just don't eat as much. So little changes, little changes are often a lot easier than making big changes and more long lasting, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Lynnis. Any last words of wisdom for us before we sign off?
I have come across this idea whose time has come for me and for so many people, and maybe some that are listening to this show, but if you're on the way to 40, that this still applies to you too. Midlife does not mean no life. Not at all. Midlife means it's an opportunity to really reconnect with you and enhance your self-care, your self-love. And it's also an opportunity for you to really reconnect with your mind, body, spirit by working on being well incrementally as you age, as you get older, finding out new ways to thrive, new ways to maintain that high vibration, maintain that vibe. It doesn't mean just because you're 45 or 50, it's too late, can't do it. No, it's not too late. It is just the right timing. It's never too late. And I said, don't use the word never, but it's not too late. Take that opportunity to really take care of you and love the natural you while you're doing it. Not beat up on yourself. Oh, I'm too overweight. I do this. And don't do all that stuff. You're aware of what you need to do and you're going to make the changes necessary. You're just absolutely going to do it. And while you're doing it, have fun. Keep that vibration high and love where you're at in midlife, because it really is a beautiful thing. I'm telling you, I know I'm 62, been there doing that. There's nothing wrong with getting old as long as you are in that pathway of staying well and maintaining that connection with your mind, body, and spirit. So that's Perfect. My for today.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Lynnis.
Thank you.
And Terry in the back. Well, Terry is not with us today because she's traveling, but I know Francine is helping us behind the scenes. Francine, thank you so much for the technical support that you give the Thursday morning show. I don't know how to turn off.
I don't either. I guess you just move the studio.
So we should just kind of chat until Francine turns us off.
Yeah, I don't know where, all I see is leave studio. I think you can leave studio and it turns you off too, I think. I don't know. It
could be. I don't know.
Yeah, if you leave studio, it will turn on. Don't forget to go to the front of your own line. That's right.